My first time I ever felt welcomed was when I went to my first meeting. Everyone was so nice. It freaked me out. I like to say this a lot, is my favorite thing, is uncomfortably comfortable is where I found a place where I could actually communicate and understand people and laugh about things that most people would find uncomfortable. But the fact that we could laugh about it and relate to it and just bond with that, it's like, I felt like I found my people. I can say that I have family from all over, because we all fight the same thing. Any meeting I could go to anywhere with recovery is I have a friend there no matter what. Even if I don't know them, I know that they have my back. I remember I couldn't pay rent one time. This was in early on recovery, and I was real worried about it. I was stressing, and my sponsor was like, why don't you share about it? Because you worrying about it isn't going to pay your rent, So I shared about it, and I remember I didn't ask for help, but people were sneaking money into my book bag and pulling me to the side and helping me out and being there for me. And I've gotten better about it because I can't do this alone. This is a we program, And I had to learn that the hard way. It took a lot of growth to get there to ask for help. We all do this together. You can't play football without a coach, And been doing it alone, the meetings and the people in the community, that's the main thing, because without it, you would think you was all alone. I can't sneeze in Statesboro, without someone coming right behind me going, bless you, you know what I mean? And that's what I love about it, is like I always have someone there for me when I need it. I'm a real big advocate for growth, as my biggest thing is the growth I went through. I got my first bank account in recovery. I learned how to drive in recovery. I think my favorite part is being here. It's like I worked at this place and I didn't ask to be called there. It's God's will working in my favor and helping me. The youth I work with, that's our future right there. And if we can give them a step ahead and let them know that we're here to help. The reason why I got that certification, man, is because I remember I started using at a really young age, because that's what I thought was coping. What I saw in my family growing up, I thought when they did that, that's the way to, to relax and relieve stress and all that. And growing up, I was the oldest and it was a lot for me. I had a lot on my shoulders. I had a lot to take care of, And the reason why I became a CPSY is because I wanted to be that person that kids can look up to when they didn't have it, because I didn't have that growing up to help the youth that need it the most, be that role model that they can go to and talk to and relate with, and I can use my story to help them, When I was about 16 years old, and I told myself I didn't have a problem, because I didn't think I was going to be like my mom, my grandfather, or anything like that. It was when I started blacking out. I just kept going and going for it, and there was times where I told myself I would stop, or I was like I was gonna stop, but it just kept getting progressively worse and worse. And I got to the point where I wasn't using for fun. I was using because I needed to, and that I didn't want to feel anything anymore. I just wanted to stay in that state, right? And that's how I knew. When my best friend Brandon OD'd, that was a very big moment in my life. In a dark moment in my life where I didn't have any family, I didn't know anybody in Statesboro. It was just me, and he was like a male version of me. That was like my best bro. And out of nowhere, we see that he had OD'd the next day. And I found that out at work because we were waiting for him to come in. And my friend said, is this a joke? And we see RIP Brandon all over Facebook. And I had to work through that shift and just get through it. It was a hard thing for me. It brought back a lot of emotions. And that was also the event that helped me do what I am doing now. That was the big step. art is a really big thing for me because it is the one thing that helped me put pictures to how I feel. That's what I like to do, especially like when I get angry or I'm upset and I don't know how to communicate it. I could communicate it through pictures and colors and shapes and meanings behind it. That is my favorite thing. It helps me get my emotions out and cleared. I'm really grateful for my life today. I had to find gratitude in the most uncomfortable and hardest situations, and you can find gratitude anywhere. If it wasn't for my friend Brandon for passing, I would not have been here today. I had to find gratitude in his death because it put the fear in me of dying. He made me realize I didn't want to die. I wanted to live and do what I am doing today. Maybe I can stop someone else losing their Brandon or their best friend, you know? It's important, and it just helps you grow and become a better person.
So if you had one thing that you wanted to tell Brandon today, what would it be?
I'm doing it, brother. I'm doing it.